Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Back to School series with Varnika. So far you've seen me in conversation with the principal, the vice principal, the headmaster. Where are our teachers? The essential pillars of a school, you may ask. So here you go. Watch me in conversation with my first teacher at Seth Anandram Jaipuria School, Kanpur. I remember I was in class 3A and my class teacher was Mrs Mamta Sharma. She is as lovely as any person can get. And till date, she receives me with the warmest of hugs. So let's get started and see how she is managing troubling teens. First of all, thank you so much, ma'am, for agreeing to do this.
Welcome.
And ma'am, so the theme for today, as we had discussed earlier, is to talk about the different challenges that you face as a teacher while you're teaching troubling teens. I won't call them troubled teens because I don't know where the trouble is arising from. So I will call them troubling teens. So if you could start with, what are the three primary characteristics of a troubling teen? Especially when you're catering to the middle school students.
See, Varnika, it's actually lovely to be talking to you because you entered the school and you were like, I was the first teacher.
Yes.
So I really feel very proud, and today when I'm talking to you, I really like it a lot. But the thing is that, Varnika, when in times, your times, I would rather say, when you were a small, kid, when you entered that time, things were different, students were different. Today, the entire scenario has changed, and especially after pandemic.
Right.
Pandemic, it was really difficult to cater to the demands of the society, and teens also have a lot of the society has a lot of impact on teens.
Right.
Whatever the normal scenario at that time is going on, the respect, I feel, is the respect quotient and emotional quotient of the children is going down now. That is what I feel, And another thing, pandemic actually taught us a lot many things. And today, that time we really faced lot of challenges. I still remember the first day when 2020, that, and 23rd March 19. It was really difficult when we were told to have these classes and all.
Right.
And how we learned everything. And today, the teacher, I would not mind, but the teachers have really come out of that. They've really learnt a lot, and it is all because of you students also. Students also have taught us a lot, and no matter the class, every child was able to, guide us, ma'am, this way, that way. We did learn, but then yes, they are good. I won't say they are, all that is fine, but the social media is having a lot of impact on the children. Nowadays they have a lot of mental illnesses.
Right.
There, the first thing, they get these panic attacks, which we never, our teens of your age, I think of that time, never heard of this, panic attacks. Now, this is panic attack, then there is this aggression, then there is a lot of depression going on amongst the children, which is very dangerous also. And lot can be, you can say that the social media has a lot of impact on the students of nowadays. That is
Of course, there are pros and cons to
everything.
Yes.
The technology is giving us so many things. We are now a small world connected with each other any time of the day.
Absolutely.
But then we have minus points also of that.
Absolutely.
A small child of even that pre-primary and prep, they are having these classes. It's so difficult for them to sit, in front of the screen. The screen time is more for them. But
Right.
yes, we have given them too much, but we've got also. So in return, it has been a good journey, good learning experience for both sides, for the students and the teachers. Yes, as well as for the teachers. Yes.
So, ma'am, you mentioned about mental health awareness, especially at this day and age, at a time that calls for higher sensitivity towards mental health conversations, whether it's with parents or with students. There are times when you have to be sensitive around this matters of discussing why a child behaves the way they do, whether it's in class, physically, or during when they're present virtually. How do you handle questions and concerns from parents of troubling teens?
See, Varnika, we do try to cater to whatever they tell us. And although it is a difficult issue, it is a difficult issue for all teachers. So the counselors are there to counsel them, and we as teachers, although we are not counselors, but teachers are basically counselors. At the end of the day, we land up counseling everybody. So to these students who are a little different, you can say, we try to counsel them, we try to tell them what is correct, and we try to cite examples from our own. Although they are not real examples, we try. Like I try to, tell them that this happened with me, and this would also happen with me, this can also happen. So these are the things we try to connect with the students, so that maybe somewhere down the line, the child understands, that maybe this must have happened with the teacher. This happens in this society, and as teachers, we don't, pinpoint them. Of course, we shout at them, and these are normal things. But otherwise, we don't try to pinpoint them in the class. We try to take them as normal students.
Of course, there is a constant effort through teachers or mentors in the education sector that is being done to destigmatize the entire mental health awareness situation.
So we are trying to help them, and although sometimes I feel they lack. That bond that they lack at home, and here they want to gain it, by doing these things. They want attraction. So that is how, they try to do these things to gain attraction from the teacher, maybe particular teacher, or maybe anybody else. So because I feel that it's not that, and that actually the teachers are attracted, or rather the entire crowd gets attracted towards them. They start looking at that, okay, there is something. Maybe it could be that. Attention seekers, you can tell. They are attention seekers. I have, now over the years after this, I have understood that they are attention seekers. I have a feeling they could be that. And it is a difficult thing. For parents also, it is very, very difficult, because there are many parents who on and off come to us personally and tell their problems, the problems of the students, that my child is facing this, how could you help? So we try to help them by understanding, and then not exactly telling the child that we are into it. I do it for many students of my students. I talk to them, and they don't know that I am also in constant contact with the parents. So that way it has helped the children. I have seen many times it has, and I feel very happy. Even if I am able to do something for one particular child in a session, or maybe 2, 3, I feel I've done my job. That's it.
That's an amazing job that you're doing as a teacher, ma'am, and to go above and beyond to cater to every child's needs. That's, I don't know, subpar excellence.
It's not possible for every child, Varnika. I won't say that I am really able to, do this for every child, but yes, a few of them whose parents contact me, I do it for them. And without the child knowing, and constant touch, and then, however, it has helped. And the parents have come and told me that, ma'am, it did make a difference, even if I've spoken to them twice or thrice. At times I do it in the school, at times, on phone or whatever, wherever I am able to help, I do it for them. So,
perfect. So, ma'am, on a lighter note, let's talk about the mischief makers or the troublemakers of the class. How do you call them out over online classes? I mean, they will continue to create nuisance. There's always that bunch, or there's always those one or two students in every class who will be the ultimate backbenchers, even if they are the backbenchers in the virtual world. How do you get their attention to the subject being taught?
It is difficult. It's a big task for all of us, and just now I've finished my class and I've come, and it is actually a big task for all the teachers, not only for me. And to get them to attract attention, of course, you can make your subject interesting. And we have so many now, these apps and all, by which we are Scout and n number of these apps where we try to make our lessons interesting. But the only thing is, there will still and are still a handful of 10-12 students who will not listen to you. However, how much ever you try to, although we open a videos and all those normal sentences, that's fine, that everybody does it. We do it, and we are struggling. We are really struggling. As a teacher, all of us are struggling.
Is it easier in the offline world or online? Of course,
it is, definitely.
It is?
Offline.
Okay.
Offline is easier. At least you know who's making a mischief. At least you can, listen to, you can listen to, you can do something to help the child, or maybe he's trying to do it, troubling you in the class. Maybe that bond builds, and then the child also understand. And believe me, there are a few, those naughty ones are good ones. It's not that, that you need to demarcate them, that you don't need to teach them or something like that. They're really good students. And they try to, and they understand. At the end of the day, they understand that this teacher, you can connect with this teacher. So everybody there has their own ways to connect with the students in a different way. And offline definitely is a little dangerous. Offline is better than online. Definitely.
So this is one aspect that you miss from offline classes?
Yeah, definitely. Like the students don't open their videos, and then we have to tell them. All teachers tell them that we need to connect with the students to give our 100%. Without connecting with the students, you cannot give 100%.
That's true.
How is it? Even at times I have to tell them, okay, I'll switch off my videos. Do you think you'll feel comfortable? Screen teaching you, and you don't understand. It's body language also. No?
Yes,
when you teach them, your voice modulation, body language, your eyes expressions, everything matters.
It does, and even today, ma'am, when I am in meetings and I have my video on while my manager doesn't or my colleague doesn't, and they are explaining a concept to me or simply describing a project, I don't get it if they are being sarcastic sometimes.
Absolutely.
Or because it's the body language, like you said, that matters.
Yeah.
And I'm not able to really comprehend, are we on the same page? Can you please switch on your video for a few seconds to reassure me that you're still there, listening to me, connecting to what I have to contribute.
Correct. And as a teacher or as an educator or a resource person, whoever is on this side, suppose we switch off our videos, how do you reach out to your audience? How will you reach out?
That's fair.
It's not, if I have to teach you something and I have my video closed, how will it's just impossible, at least for me.
It's almost as good as listening to a podcast.
Absolutely.
When you just plug in your earphones
and so much can be explained by the face expression. I think you do your 30% of your job is done. It's the voice, of course, but 30% of your expression speaks for what you are. You don't have to say. At times when we have to listen to the students and we tell them, the look itself, I think, has done it all. You don't have to, say something. You look at that person and he knows what you're trying to say. It's with everybody. So it's both ways, videos, and, the connectivity has to be there. Without that, I don't think it's possible.
I 100% agree with that.
It's not possible, and it's been a tough time. The journey has been really tough, but yes, I'm still very happy that at this stage, at my age, and at this stage, I've been really able to manage so many things where I couldn't have even thought of, which I couldn't have even thought of that I can do it.
No, ma'am. Kudos to you for being so adaptable to the present post-COVID scenario. It was a crazy time where you had to adapt to every new technology. As teachers, we're not quite used to teaching students through a screen. You have your blackboard, you have the comfort of your own classroom. Even though there are 100 students in that classroom, or maybe 200 or 1,000 for that matter, there is not a single nerve in your body that will actually make you question your capabilities in teaching that class. But when it comes to the online world, it is a dog.
It is absolutely. And we would, in these classes, we would tell the students at least few in number open your videos so that we can give what we really want to give. Otherwise, just to screen small blocks on screen and with those pictures was not possible.
And it's a two-way street all the time.
Absolutely.
It is. So, ma'am, the end of the session, I want to have a very fun question for you. And that's, what are some hilarious stories that have happened during PTA meetings with troubling teens?
Hilarious, I don't know, Varnika, but yes, at these PTA meetings, this happens, that the students have a totally different body language when they are with their parents, and totally different face expressions and all, and you feel you cannot connect that child with this child when the parents are right, next to you, and whatever you say, yes ma'am, which is actually really does not happen, because we have seen those children how
they act too naive and innocent.
Yes, absolutely, and yes ma'am, and the parent will tell the child or whatever that अच्छा अब आज से तुम ये नहीं करोगे, अब तुम कल से promise करो कि मैम तुमसे ये करोगे. Do those one little sentence of promise actually really make that difference? It doesn't. It really doesn't make that difference. So वो बोलते हैं ना that they say कि अब तुम ये नहीं करोगे, promise करो मैम को. That really, really. I mean, these are little things. What else? And PTA meetings do help. After the PTA meeting for say maybe 10 days, the child is absolutely what you really want the student to be. And after that 10, 12, depends on child, the student to student. they're all back to normal and the teacher is back to normal. So everything is normal in the class.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, ma'am, with that.
It was lovely talking to you, Varnika, and I really see you as those little, it's lovely. Pleasure to talk to you.
Same here, ma'am. Thank you so much for your time. I know you absolutely loved this video and you were reminded of your first teacher back at school. There are so many more episodes coming up. So like, share, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you on the other side.